Well, let's just say I tried to warn you all. If you listen, you listen. You have faith in ego, you have faith in ego. If you didn't, so sorry. Ego rumor mill, we are back. There is a rumor that is swirling right now, and it's going to take more than this one video to likely address what's going around in these boxing streets. But there is a portion of it that I want to talk about right here, right now on my channel. And it regards Canelo versus Crawford, the fight for September. Man, stay tuned to the end of the video so you get all of the knowledge contained in this video, right? So, full disclosure, this is a rumor, but your boy Ego pretty tapped in, you know what I mean? Many sources, and you can believe it or you don't have to believe it. I don't really care. The pay is still the same. So, I've already made videos about Canelo and Crawford. It seems to be facing obstacles, right? And this is no surprise to your boy Ego. I've been right there to document every step of the way. I let you know the good, the bad, and the ugly at all times. And that seems to be lacking in the sport. So, what is this bad news that I speak of, this rumor, if you will? The rumor is it is being considered that Canelo, payday, you want the payday? I know that. And Terrence Crawford is now being considered to be put and placed in Saudi Arabia as opposed to the United States of America. Man, oh man. For me, this is terrible news. Truly terrible news if it plays out like this. Furthermore, one of the reasons that I am hearing could be part of the cause, not necessarily saying all of the cause, but part of the cause involves Netflix and Turkey. And if you want me to make that video and really unpack this, then type Netflix in the comments. I gotta see enough comments that say the word Netflix. And do not just put Netflix and don't leave regular comments on this video. I hate when you guys do that. You could still react to the news of this video and let me know that you want to see. You can do more than one comment if you want, right? But if you want that video and enough people request it in the comment section by putting Netflix, then I'll make that video. But for this, Canelo Crawford in Saudi Arabia would be a drag. I really don't like that idea, and it's for several reasons. One reason is I don't think it's the best location for it. Simply put, Canelo made most of his coin right here in America. When he turned pro, he fought for a little bit in Mexico, but where he really made his name is in America. He came when he was probably like 18, 19, and did the joint deal with Golden Boy Promotions. And it's been on and popping, fought Floyd Mayweather, Cotto, right here in America, all these fights. So to take him out of the country, we just seen that. His fight with William Skull. And to be honest, that was abysmal. Horrible fight. Never want to see it again. Both people, could have done better, I guess you could say. But for me, the onus is more on Canelo because William Skull, he was boxing pretty smartly. He just was inexperienced. So he didn't know how to get his offense off, or that's his style and he's not as offensive. But the onus should be on Canelo. He's the star. He's the guy with 70 fights. He's the guy with the experience. He should know how to cut off the ring and force the fight. Like, how do you stay in the profession for over half your life and you don't know the simple basics of your job, right? That's like me doing YouTube this long and I don't know how to upload a video properly or title the video or do, metadata or whatever. It doesn't make sense. How can I have been doing YouTube this long, but some of the basics I'm still not familiar with, yet I want to go down as one of the greatest Mexican fighters in history. Because guess what? Juan Manuel Marquez knew the basics, right? He knew how to counterpunch. He knew how to cut the ring off and, land the game-changing shot versus Pacquiao in the fourth fight. So it looks pretty bad how Canelo performed versus William Scull. Furthermore, it just didn't feel like a Canelo fight. You had William Scull, who again, inexperienced at that level. He was trying, but it was a boring fight. The atmosphere was no good. It was supposed to be for Cinco de Mayo, but then you put it in an Islamic country where they don't even celebrate Cinco de Mayo. And it just didn't have that atmosphere that we've grown accustomed to for Canelo fights. And I told you that was going to happen because I'm the best in the business and it's not even close. I told you, you're alienating the product. Canelo fans in America, most of the dudes are like Chicanos, right? So there's limitations to how far they're really going to travel to support Canelo Alvarez. Now, if the fight's in Texas, LA, Vegas, I feel like it's easier to get to, maybe even New York. But then when you put a 20-hour flight in a whole different country with different cultural things that not everybody is familiar with, like for example, if let's say a Canelo fan wants to bring his wife, some women are a bit intimidated going to Saudi Arabia because the rules and the culture completely different. Up until recently, a woman couldn't go to the airport by herself in Saudi Arabia, right? And they have specific rules just like everywhere else. So Canelo made it infinitely harder for his fans to partake. But now they're talking about putting the fight in Saudi Arabia. That's crazy. It just doesn't feel like that fight. None of the fights in Saudi Arabia made really any noise in the States, where the biggest market for big high profile fights. Like, why didn't they put Mayweather versus Pacquiao in Saudi Arabia or abroad? Why didn't they put Mayweather McGregor? Because in America, if you can make it in America, you can make it anywhere. And it's the most powerful, biggest nation that everybody pays attention to. But you put Canelo Crawford in Saudi Arabia, you got to deal with different time zones. Is it going to come on at 2, 3 p.m.? That's not good. There's a lot of Americans who they have 9-to-5 jobs. Even if you have banker hours, you're not going to be able to really tap in. You might still be at work. So you're cutting out a big market share by trying to do times that clearly would affect the American public. But the other thing I don't like is I don't like being lied to. So I don't like the old switcheroo. The whole thing, they kept saying that the fight was going to be in the States, right? That particular fight. So if this is true and they're considering Saudi Arabia, this is a complete sham. You said the Raiders Allegiant Stadium, this, that, and the third. So if you do put it overseas, again, it makes it harder. It takes away some of the spotlight. And ultimately, you lied. You said the Raiders Allegiant Stadium. First, you said September 12th. Then you changed it to September 13th. You put out all these other options in America, New York, Texas, Vegas, and stuff like that. Didn't say anything about Saudi Arabia. So y'all better hope and pray that these rumors are not true, because if it is true and they move this fight to Saudi Arabia, your boy Ego is going to have plenty to say. We're going to be spending a lot of quality time together. See you later, sweetie, honey, sugar. I can't wait. Y'all said I was wrong. Some people hate it, say, oh, you're not the best in the business. Well, we going to see. I told you. And for me, I don't even really want to see this fight. So the more problems this fight has getting off the ground, the worse it's going to be, because it's not as big as I think some people think it should be or whatever. So you're going to really struggle grasping people's attention if there's too many more charades and ups and downs and date switches and promoter switches and stuff. People will tap out for a fight like this. It's not Mayweather Pacquiao big, where people are going to wait 5-6 years and all sorts of hiccups to make this happening. But again, if this happens in Saudi Arabia, that's going to be terrible for the sport of boxing, because the atmosphere is not the same. It doesn't seem to be. This is so clearly a Vegas fight. I don't even understand what the deal is. They should have been announced it. Again, if you want that Netflix video, I'll let you know the rumors there. Put Netflix in the comment section. But what a mess